Grand Rising, my kings and queens. It's your girl Mel B, live on Lux Radio Network. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2025. It's Throwback Thursday, the day we honor the past and reflect on the legacy that brought us here. Today, we'll revisit the moments, traditions, and milestones that shaped our culture and our communities. So let's carry forward the wisdom of yesterday as we fuel our tomorrow. Our affirmation of the day is I honor the past as my teacher and the future as my canvas. Reflection gives wisdom, but vision gives direction. Balance both and move forward with clarity. Our word of the day is cornucopia, a horn-shaped container filled with fruits and vegetables and abundance. Cornucopia is a symbol of plenty, overflowing with possibility. Our phrase origin of the day is jump on the bandwagon. In the 19th century America, political campaigns used wagons with music to attract the crowd. Jumping on the bandwagon means joining the popular movement. All right, on to our news headlines. In New York, real estate surge, a phenomenon dubbed the Mandani effect, is driving a spike in interest from the wealthy New Yorkers purchasing real estate in South Florida, following the election of the socialist Democrat Zohran Mamdani. Cultural expansion, the Brooklyn Conservatory of Music has announced a historic expansion of its facilities to serve more students and host wider community programming. For park funding, Brooklyn's Prospect Park has secured significant new financing for a long-term project aimed at battling the impacts of climate change on its landscape. Los Angeles, rent control vote. The city council has voted to lower the maximum allowed annual rent increase to 4%, though debates continue over a potential 1% small landlord add-in. Veterans housing. My Angel, a new permanent supportive housing community for veterans, has officially opened in the North Hills neighborhood, featuring 53 affordable homes. And in transit development, the city leaders are moving forward with new bus lane enforcement measures to improve public transit speeds across the metro area. Chicago, school property sales. Chicago Public Schools has identified buyers for 3 vacant school properties on the south and west sides, with plans to convert them into housing and a community center. In civic transparency, a controversy has erupted regarding the delayed release of the 2022 investigative report into a former city administrator, prompting calls for greater transparency in City Hall. And the hemp regulation. The City Council is moving toward a ban on hemp sales, sparking debate among local business owners and health advocates. In Atlanta, Beltline economy. Small Business Saturday saw record crowds at the Atlanta Beltline Marketplace, highlighting the success of shipping container retail pop-ups for local entrepreneurs. In retirement ranking, a new Wallet Hub study has ranked Atlanta in the top 10 best cities for retirement, citing its lifestyle, amenities, and growing senior community. And in infrastructure issues, a major water break has forced the temporary closure of all city schools of Decatur campuses while crews work on the repairs. Houston, cannabis licenses. The state has green light for first medical marijuana dispensary licensing specifically for the Houston area, marking a significant shift in local access. Dining development, a massive $9 million restaurant development has been announced for the Houston suburb, promising to bring high-end dining options to the area. And Space City news, the local enthusiasm is building around the Space City brand. A new partnership between private aerospace companies and local universities were announced. Washington, D.C., Media trust study. A new study highlights a sharp decline in trust in national news among DC teens, who are reportedly turning more to local community reporting for information. And the National Guard presence there, the presence of the National Guard has been extended in the capital, sparking political debate among residents regarding its effectiveness and necessity. And retail events, local retail corridors are preparing for the Candle Day sales event, which has generated significant consumer buzz and expected foot traffic in downtown districts. Miami, Art Week kicks off. Miami Art Week has begun with Art Basel Miami Beach anchoring over 280 galleries and the new fairs like celebrating Black and Brown artistry. Overtown skyscraper, a new 55-story mixed-use residential tower has been proposed for Overtown, which would include micro-dwelling units to address affordable housing needs. And the real estate boom, local realtors are reporting an exponential rise in inquiries for New York buyers, driving demand for luxury condos like the Ritz-Carlton residences. Tampa, cultural exchange. The Durant High School Orchestra is fundraising and preparing for a prestigious performance trip to the Carnegie Hall in New York City. Stadium repairs. St. Petersburg officials have expressed confidence that repairs to the Tropicana field will be completed in time for the upcoming baseball season's opening day. Urban development. The tallest residential building on Florida's Gulf Coast has officially opened its doors to residents in downtown St. Petersburg. Tarpon Springs. Good morning, Dad. Seafood Festival. The city is preparing to host its 37th annual Seafood Festival, a major cultural event featuring local food vendors, music, and contests. Hotel approval. City commissioners have approved plans for a new boutique hotel intended to boost tourism and economic growth in the downtown district. And the historic preservation. The city has earned a Tree City USA Growth Award for its commitment to urban forestry and environmental maintenance. Milwaukee. Good morning, Reed. Warming centers. The city has officially opened its winter warming sites for the season, and ensuring safe overnight shelter is available through March 2026. Data center controversy. A proposed data center is nearby Port Washington has sparked heated community meetings, leading to arrests after a disturbance at a town hall. And heirloom theft. A local piano workshop owner has been charged with theft, shocking the local artist community, which has entrusted him with family heirlooms. Jackson, Mississippi, lottery changes. The Mississippi Lottery Corporation announced it will be ending 12 specific scratch-off games in January, prompting a last-minute rush for tickets. Archives leadership. Barry White has been named the next executive director of the Mississippi Department of Archives and History. And in regional development, Carroll County has officially been added to the Regional Economic Development Foundation to boost job growth in the Jackson metro area. Vancouver, Beer Cup wins. North Vancouver's Beva Brewing took home 2 gold medals at the prestigious Canada Beer Cup, highlighting the region's growing craft brewing reputation. In their history archive, the Museum of North Vancouver, Manova, is launching a project to develop a permanent archive dedicated to the region's 2 LGBTQ+ history. Literacy community, a local book club known as the Babes, has made headlines for co-writing and publishing their own novel as a collective. Toronto, transit fare integration. The provisional government extending the One Fare program for 2 more years, allowing free transfers between the TTC and the regional transit agencies. Their community hubs, the government is investing $17 million to open heart hubs, across the province to improve access to social services and community programs. And in business investment, Ontario is hosting a major media availability with the Minister of Economic Development to announce a new job creation initiative in the tech sector. Jamaica, bless up Jamaica, Kingston, post-hurricane recovery. The capital is serving as the logistical hub for the island's recovery following Hurricane Melissa, with the airport managing a surge in aid and reconstruction cargo. Green economy, a new UN-backed study suggests Jamaica could generate thousands of jobs by transitioning to a green economic model, a topic currently being debated by policymakers. In highway construction, major progress is being reported on the May Penn to Williamsfield leg of Highway 2000, which aims to significantly reduce travel times from Kingston. Montego Bay, airport operations. Sangster International Airport is fully operational and processing flights again, playing a critical role in stabilizing the tourism supply chain after recent storms. Tourism resilience. The Minister of Tourism has highlighted Montego Bay as the pivotal economic ecosystem for the island's economic recovery, with most hotels remaining open for the winter season. And in community aid, local businesses and airport operators are collaborating to distribute aid packages to staff members whose homes were damaged by the recent hurricane. Ocho Rios, hotels reopening. RIU Hotels and Resorts has announced that its Ocho Rios property remains operational with water park services, while other nearby properties are set to fully reopen by mid-December. Cruise ship returns. The port is preparing to welcome back regular cruise ship traffic, a vital economic lifeline for local craft vendors and tour operators. And staff support. Major hotel chains in the area have launched solidarity campaigns to provide food, water, and reconstruction funds to their local employees. Negril, rebuilding timeline. Royalton Hotels has announced a long-term recovery plan, with some Negril properties scheduled to reopen in 2026 to ensure full safety and renovation. Ministerial visit. The tourism minister visited the famous Negril Strip to reassure business owners and highlight the diversity of boutique hotels that are currently welcoming guests. Beach protection. New initiatives are being discussed to protect the 7 Mile beach from erosion and environmental damage as part of the post-storm reconstruction efforts. Cayman Islands, Botanic Park grant. The Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park has received £50,000 grant from the UK to support the preservation of native plants. Ultra Marathon, the University College of the Cayman Islands, UCCI, is organizing a 50K ultra marathon to celebrate its Golden Jubilee anniversary. And poultry ban. The government has issued a temporary ban on the movement of live poultry to prevent the spread of bird flu impacting local farmers. Bahamas, new beach club. Royal Caribbean's highly anticipated Royal Beach Club on Paradise Island is scheduled to open this month, expecting to draw thousands of new visitors. New flight routes. Bahamas Air has launched a new launch of a new nonstop service between Fort Lauderdale and North Eleuthera, boosting connectivity for the Nassau hub. Ooh, that was a mouthful. Business licensing. The Department of Island Revenue has implemented new online systems for business license applications, streaming the process for local entrepreneurs. Nigeria, MSME Trade Fair. The Lagos state government has unveiled the Eco Round City Trade Fair, aimed at boosting micro, small, and medium enterprises across the state. In French investment, at a business forum in Lagos, French officials announced a new focus on investing in Nigeria's technology, agriculture, and creative industries. And in tech, the Minister of Communications has issued a call for Africa to become a creator of the digital technology rather than just a consumer, unveiling new data protection initiatives. And Ghana, Energy Summit. Accra is currently hosting the West Africa Energy Corporation Summit, focusing on regional power resilience and clean energy transitions. German trade deal. The first German the first German Ghanaian government negotiations business day was held in Accra, which includes agreements to accelerate investment in the digital and pharmaceutical sectors. And data protection. The Data Protection Africa Summit opens today in Accra, gathering leaders to discuss harmonizing data privacy laws across the continent. All right, on to our forecast. New York, your high today is going to be 41 and your low is going to be 21. Increasingly windy with times of sun and clouds. Very cold tonight as Arctic air waves arrive. Chicago, your high is going to be 19 and your low is going to be 9. Very cold, sunny, but bitterly cold, part of the major Arctic or air surge. Los Angeles, your high is going to be 72 and your low is going to be 47, sunny and pleasant. Atlanta, your high will be 48 and your low will be 38, increasing clouds with a high near 48 degrees. Showers expected tonight. Houston, your high will be 56, your low will be 44. You have showers in the morning, then cloudy in the afternoon, breezy and turning cooler. Washington, D.C., you'll be in the upper 30s for your high and low 20s for the low. You'll be cold and blistery as Arctic air spreads across the region. It's getting cold, y'all. Miami, your high will be in the upper 70s and your lows will be in the 60s. Cooler morning with highs in the upper 70s under partly sunny skies. Tampa, your high will be in the upper 70s and your low will be in the lower 50s, mostly sunny and warmer. Tarpon Springs, your high will be 77 and your low will be 65, mostly sunny and pleasant. Milwaukee, your high will be 12 and your low will be 7, frigid, sunny, and extremely cold, obviously. Jackson, your high will be in the low 60s and your lows for today would be in the low 30s. Sunny and turning chilly after a rainy period, but still part of a stormy pattern in the Mississippi Valley. Vancouver, your high will be 42 and your low will be 41 with periods of rain. Toronto, your high will be 31 and your low will be 16. Light snow with broken clouds, a very cold day. Kingston, your highs will be in the high 80s and your low will be in the low 70s. Tropical weather with sun and low chance of rain. Montego Bay, you'll be in the high 80s and your low will be in the lower 70s. Warm with abundant sunshine. Any rain is likely to be brief. Ocho Rios, you'll be in the high 80s and the low 70s in the evening. Warm and pleasant with sun and comfortable conditions. Negril, you'll be in the high 80s and your lows will be in the low 70s. Sunny and warm, ideal for beach activities. Cayman Islands, your high will be 84 and your low will be 80. Breezy with clouds limiting sun. A couple of late night showers are possible. Nassau, the Bahamas, high of 75 and a low of 68. Mostly sunny with a breeze, pleasant winter weather. Nigeria, you'll be in the high 89, low of 69, sun through high clouds, partly cloudy tonight. And Ghana, high will be 89, low will be 76, intervals of clouds and sunshine turning cloudy later. All right, on to our sports. We have no NFL scores for last night, of course. Our game today, kicking off week 14 in Thursday night football, we have the Cowboys versus the Lions at 8:15 Eastern Time on Prime Video. In the NBA, we have final scores to include the Clippers defeated the Hawks 115-92. The Nets defeated the Bulls 113-103. The Trailblazers defeated the Cavaliers 122-110. The Mavericks defeated the Heat 118-108. The Rockets defeated the Kings 121-95. The Nuggets defeated the Pacers 135-120. The Bucks defeated the Pistons 113-109. The Knicks defeated the Hornets 119-104. And the Spurs defeated the Magic 114-112. In the NBA tonight, we have the Warriors at 6 p.m. At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Warriors and the 76ers and the Celtics and the Wizards. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Jazz and the Nets and the Lakers and the Raptors. And at 8 p.m. This evening, we have the Timberwolves and the Pelicans. All right, on to our daily feature for the day. It's Throwback Thursday, so we are spotlighting cultural echoes, civil rights and Black Power era. The civil rights and Black Power era of the 1960s and the 1970s was a turning point in American history. The civil rights movement, led by figures like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., achieved landmark victories such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. These laws outlawed segregation and protected voting rights, but many argued that legal victories alone did not address deeper issues of poverty, police brutality, and systematic inequality. That's where the Black Power movement emerged. Leaders like Stokely Carmichael, also known as Kwame Ture, and organizations such as the Black Panther Party emphasized racial pride, economic independence, and community control. The Panthers, founded in 1966 by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale, became known for their militant stance against police violence, but also for their groundbreaking community programs, such as free breakfast for children, health clinics, and legal aid. These initiatives showed that empowerment wasn't just about protest. It was about building institutions that serve the people. Culturally, the era was just as powerful. Music, art, and literature carried the message of pride and resistance. Soul and funk artists like James Brown I say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud, gave voice to the empowerment, while writers such as Angela Davis and James Baldwin challenged audiences to confront injustice. Echoes in this era are still felt today in movements for racial justice, in community-based activism, and the ongoing celebration of Black identity and resilience. The Civil Rights and Black Power era reminds us that freedom is more than laws. It's the courage to claim our destiny and the creativity to build communities that thrive. All right, on to our book club, where we are reading The 18 Laws of Nature by Robert Greene. Today, the law of role-playing, see people's masks. Greene explains that people rarely show their true selves. Instead, they wear masks, crafted personas designed to gain approval, hide insecurities, or manipulate situations. These masks can be subtle, like exaggerated confidence, or elaborate, like carefully curated public images. The key lesson is to look beyond appearances. By observing inconsistencies in behavior, tone, or actions, you can spot the gap between the mask and the reality. Greene emphasizes that those who master the ability to read masks gain insight into people's true motives, while those who take appearances at face value risk being deceived. So in business, hiring and partnerships, don't rely solely on polished resumes or first impressions. Look for patterns in behavior that reveal their character. In negotiations, Recognize when someone is posturing. Reading the mask allows you to address their real concerns. And in leadership, be mindful of your own mask. Authenticity builds trust while false personas eventually crack. And in daily life, this law applies to relationships. People often hide vulnerabilities. Listening closely and noticing subtle cues help you connect more deeply. Personal growth, reflect on the mask you wear. Are they protecting you or limiting you? And in community, understanding masks makes you less judgmental. You see beyond surface behavior to the human beneath. The law of role playing reminds us everyone wears a mask. The wise learn to see through them and choose their own masks with intention. All right, on to our cause of the day, Safe Toys and Gifts Month. Today, December is Safe Toys and Gift Month, a reminder that holiday cheer should never come with hidden dangers. Millions of toys exchanged this season. Safety is key to protecting children from preventable injuries. In the US, over 200,000 toy-related injuries are treated in emergency rooms each year. Choking hazards from small parts and button batteries are the leading causes of toy-related deaths. Eye injuries from toy projectiles or poisoning from unsafe materials are also common risks. Unsafe toys can cause choking or suffocation, cuts, burns, or eye injuries. Poisoning from lead paint or unsafe plastics can also be unsafe. So to prevent these things from happening, always check age labels and safety certifications. Avoid toys with small detachable parts for children under 3. Inspect toys for sharp edges, loose batteries, or toxic materials. Stay updated on recalls from the Consumer Protective Safety Commission. And if there is any injuries, first aid for minor injuries, or emergency care for choking, ingestion, or serious trauma. So Safe Toys and Gift Months reminds us that joy should never come at the cost of safety. Choose wisely and give with more care. All right, today in history, in 1783, George Washington bids farewell to his officers. At Fraunces Tavern in New York, Washington announced his retirement from military service after the Revolutionary War. In 1969, the Black Panthers leader Fred Hampton and Mark Clark were killed by Chicago police as they raided their apartment, sparking outrage and scrutiny of FBI surveillance tactics. In 1991, hostage Terry Anderson freed in Lebanon. After nearly 7 years in captivity, Anderson was released, ending one of the longest hostage ordeals of the era. All right, in African American history, in 1807, Prince Hall dies. Abolitionist and founder of Prince Hall Freemasonry, Hall left a legacy of empowerment and community leadership. In 1909, New York Amsterdam News was founded. James H. Anderson established one of the nation's leading African American newspapers, still influential today. And in 1969, again, Fred Hampton and Mark Clark were killed by police raiding their apartment. All right, in African American scientists and inventors, today we have William Warwick Cardozo, a physician who pioneered research in sickle cell anemia, proving it was a hereditary condition predominantly affecting people of African descent. Next, we have Dorothy Vaughan, NASA mathematician and human computer. She became the agency's first Black supervisor and later mastered computer programming, contributing to John Glenn's historic orbital flight. And last, we have Mark Dean, computer engineer at IBM, who co-developed the ISA bus, allowing computers to connect with printers and other devices. He holds over 20 patents and helped design the first gigahertz chip. All right, on to our Back to Roots segment today, where we are still um, going back to our roots. And today's spotlight is the fashion of the kente cloth. Kente cloth originates from Ashanti and Iwi peoples of Ghana. The word kente means from kinten, meaning basket, because of its woven appearance. Traditionally, kente cloth was woven from silk and cotton on narrow looms, with strips sewn together to create larger cloths. Each color and pattern carries symbolic meaning, making kente not just fashion, but a language of identity and values. The symbolism of the colors: gold was royalty, wealth, spiritual purity. Blue means peace, harmony, and love. Green means growth, renewal, and fertility. Red is sacrifice, struggle, and political passion. And black, maturity, spiritual energy, and ancestral connection. Royalty and ceremony. In Ashanti culture, kente was reserved for kings, queens, and sacred ceremonies, wherein kente signifies status and respect. Storytelling. Patterns often represent proverbs, historical events, or moral lessons. For example, the Emada pattern means it has not happened before, symbolizing innovation. In identity, families and clans often prepare kente designs, linking cloth to lineage and heritage. In African American communities, kente became a symbol of pride and resistance during the Civil War and the Black Power movements. Today, kente is worn at graduations, weddings, church services, and political events, symbolizing achievement and cultural connection. It also has been incorporated into modern fashion: ties, soles, dresses, and even sneakers, bridging tradition with contemporary style. Kente has become a global symbol of African identity, often used in Pan-African movements and diaspora celebrations. Universities across the United States use kente stoles at graduation ceremonies to honor African heritage and achievement. Designers worldwide incorporate kente patterns into high fashion, making it a statement of cultural pride. Today, kente cloth reminds us that the fashion is more than appearance. It's communication, heritage, and resistance. Wearing kente is an act of cultural affirmation, declaring pride in African roots and resilience. So, closing, kente cloth teaches us that what we wear can speak louder than words. It tells our story, honors our ancestors, and celebrates our victories. Good morning, Ray. On to our fact or fiction segment. Our topic today is the Sycamore Gap mystery. Today we spotlight a mystery that shook the world: the sudden fall of the Sycamore Gap tree. The Sycamore Gap tree stood for centuries along Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland, England. It was the most photographed tree in the world, a symbol of endurance and beauty. But in 2023, the tree was deliberately cut down overnight, sparking outrage and heartbreak across the globe. The act was seen not just as vandalism, but as an attack on heritage. Police launched investigations, arrests were made, and communities rallied to preserve what remained. Documentaries and news coverage turned the fallen tree into a symbol of loss and resilience. So is this fact or fiction? It's fact. The Sycamore Gap tree was truly felled, and while suspects were identified, the motives remain unclear. The mystery of why someone will destroy such a beloved landmark continues to haunt the public. The Sycamore Gap reminds us that even nature's monuments can fall, but their memories stand tall. All right, on to the what's the word? What I saw on social media. Festive workplace chaos. The word today is chaos because social media is laughing at holiday office drama. TikTok and Instagram are buzzing with relatable comedy skits about office Christmas parties gone wrong, Secret Santa disasters, and last day before vacation meltdowns. Memes and awkward gift exchanges, coworkers overspending, and holiday email overload are going viral. Workplace humor has become one of December's biggest content trends, blending festive cheer with everyone's stress. This surge of holiday workplace content shows how people use humor to cope with end of the year pressure. Brands and creators are jumping in too, filming low budget skits that feel authentic and relatable. The viral question sparking conversation: is holiday chaos the real office tradition? Festive workplace chaos proves that sometimes the funniest holiday stories aren't about family, they're about coworkers. All right, on to our tech tip today. We have tablet showdown, Samsung versus Apple. Today's tech tip is all about choosing the right canvas because not all tablets are equal. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra and Apple's latest iPad Pro may look similar, but they shine in different ways. Samsung's powerhouse is built for multitasking, letting you run split screen apps with ease, perfect for productivity warriors juggling emails, spreadsheets, and video calls. Meanwhile, Apple's iPad Pro is the go-to for creatives with stylish precision, optimized designed apps, and seamless integration into the Apple ecosystem. Understanding these differences you helps you match your device to your lifestyle. If you're a multitasker, Samsung's flexibility may be your best friend. But if you're a designer or content creator, Apple's creative edge could be the tool that elevates your work. The tablet showdown proves that the best device isn't the flashiest, it's the one that fits your flow. In our finance tip of the day, emergency fund essentials. It's especially important, especially around the holidays, because a lot of people overspend. So you still want to be able to have a cushion after the holidays, some money. You don't want to go totally broke. So today's finance tip is all about building your safety net because peace of mind is priceless. Financial experts recommend keeping 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an easily accessible savings account. This isn't about investing for growth, it's about protection. An emergency fund shields you from unexpected expenses like car repairs, medical bills, or sudden job loss, so you don't have to rely on credit cards or loans. Think of it as your financial parachute. By setting aside a little at a time, you create stability that keeps you grounded when life throws surprises your way. It's not glamorous, but it's one of the smartest moves you can make. An emergency fund proves that true wealth isn't just what you can earn, it's what you can withstand. All right, our fun fact of the day: the Eiffel Tower grows in the summer. The Eiffel Tower can grow up to 6 inches taller during hot summer days. This happens because iron expands when it's heated. It's a simple but powerful example of thermal expansion, a principle engineers must consider when designing these large structures. Our fun holiday of the day: my sister liked this. It's National Cookie Day, a sweet celebration of one of the world's favorite desserts. Cookies originated in the 7th century Persia, spreading across Europe during the spice trade. Today, they're a global comfort food, teaching us how culinary traditions and travel and can evolve. All right, our daily quote is, and I quote, "Wisdom comes with winters," end quote, by Oscar Wilde. Wilde's reflection ties age and experience to the season, reminding us that challenges often bring growth and insight in winter. All right, on to our music and entertainment headlines. It's quite a few of them. So, Burner Boy's philanthropy. Nigerian superstar Burner Boy has made headlines with his humanitarian efforts. He has offered to cover the funeral costs for the victims of a recent shooting in Stockton, California, mobilizing community support and expressing his heartbreak over the tragedy. We got Megan Thee Stallion wins defamation verdict. Hip hop artist Megan Thee Stallion was awarded a defamation verdict by a Miami jury. The ruling found a blogger liable for circulating an AI generated pornographic video and spreading false claims about the rapper. All right. Music updates. Rising Gen Z rock artist Alameda is being spotlighted as a daring new voice in the rock scene. Kwan, who initially went viral for a steamy kiss, has released her latest EP, proving her musical talent extends beyond single trending. All right, and we have R.I.P. Phil Upchurch and Steve Cropper. The music world is mourning the loss of two legends. Guitarist Phil Upchurch, known for his work with Donny Hathaway and Michael Jackson, passed away at age 84. And Steve Cropper, a guitarist and vital player of Stax Records, Booker T, and the MGs, also died at the age of 84. In film, TV, and awards, Black cinema triumphs at the Gotham Awards. Black actors and filmmakers dominated the 2025 Gotham Awards, setting an optimistic tone for a diverse award season. All right, we have Ryan Coogler's Southern vampire horror film Sinners received the prestigious ensemble tribute honor. Wumi Masaku won the Outstanding Supporting Performance Award for her role as a hoodoo practitioner in Sinners. And Sope Disaru, I hope I said that right, and British Nigerian director Akinola Davies Jr. won back-to-back awards for their film My Father's Shadow. And the Critic Choice honorees, the 8th annual celebration of Black cinema and television, has announced its honorees for the December 9th event. We have Janelle James of Abbott Elementary will receive the Comedy Award. Tessa Thompson will accept the Actress Award film for her performance in Nia DaCosta's modern reimagining of Hedda. And Damson Idris will receive the Supporting Actor Award film for his role in the record-breaking sports drama F1. New on Netflix in December, major Black star power is hitting Netflix this month, including the additions of Samuel L. Jackson's unforgettable performance in Pulp Fiction and Martin Lawrence's return in Big Mama's House 2. Trailblazing filmmakers, excuse me, the Criterion Channel is celebrating the groundbreaking debuts of Black women filmmakers this month, featuring works like Kazi Lemon's Eve's Bayou and Dee Ree's Farah. All right, on to celebrity gossip. In celebrity gossip, we have SZA defends Cynthia as a Erevo. Singer SZA publicly called out what she described as classic misogyny directed toward Black women in the online attacks aimed at actress and singer Cynthia Erevo. The attack stemmed from Erevo's high-profile involvement in the press tour for the upcoming film Wicked for Good, particularly concerning her friendship with co-star Ariana Grande. Kayla Nicole on dating. Media personality Kayla Nicole, ex-fiance of Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, is making headlines for a comment she made on a recent podcast, stating she is done with athletes and is now selling her sights on dating men who run teams instead of the players. And Cat Williams' shocking podcast interview. Comedian Cat Williams made a splash with an interview on Michelle Obama's podcast. Williams shared chaotic and intimate stories from his past, including his years as a runaway, surprise parenthood, and a tragic loss, and a formative meeting with the late Prince. In TV and relationship news, Ray J arrested after after a violent live stream. Singer and reality star Ray J was reportedly arrested on a criminal threat charge after a Thanksgiving live stream allegedly showed him pointing a gun at his estranged wife, Princess Love, while she was holding their child. And as an update, Ray J later denied pointing the gun at Princess Love, claiming he only feared others who were in his private space at the time. And also we have Angela Bassett's daughter debuts. Brown Vance, the daughter of actress Angela Bassett and actor Courtney B. Vance, was featured predominantly as she participated in the exclusive and high society La Baldes Debutantes event. Ooh, mouthful day. All right, on to our celebrity birthdays. Today, Jay-Z is 56. Tyra Banks is 52. Tony Todd is 71, veteran actor from Candyman. Rest in peace. Cassandra Williams is 70, she's a Grammy Award-winning jazz vocalist and guitarist and composer, known for her distinctive voice and blending of various musical genres. And also we have Orlando Brown. He's 38 today. He was a star on Disney Channel series That's So Raven and played Sticky in The Proud Family. All right, on to our lifestyle segment. Today, our soul food recipe is shrimp and grits. Creamy grits topped with savory shrimp, which is a Southern classic. And we compare that with the beverage of apple cider, warm, spiced, and comforting. Our men's health tip today is limit late night snacking to improve sleep quality, guys. And it's still time to make those end of the year annual doctor's appointments. So make sure you make those. Women's health tip, add probiotics to your diet for gut health. Ooh, my goodness, the older we get, yes, we do need more probiotics. Our household chore today is dust the ceiling fans for air quality. And in relationship advice for couples, leave a surprise note or a treat for your partner. Friendships, call a friend instead of texting. Voices add warmth. And in family share a family story or a memory to keep traditions alive. All right, and last but not least, our daily horoscopes, where we always start with Aries. Aries, step into challenges with confidence. Boldness opens the doors. Courage brings rewards. And your symbol for today is the lion, and your lucky flower is the tulip. Taurus, lean on steady habits to restore balance. Comfort in routine. Stay rooted and calm will grow. Your lucky lucky symbol today is the plant, and your lucky flower is a gardenia. Gemini, new ideas bring excitement. Follow your curiosity. Seek discovery, and joy will follow. Your lucky symbol today is the compass, and your lucky flower is jasmine. Cancer, connection with loved ones restore your energy. Nurture family ties and love for the love to deepen. Your lucky symbol today is the dove, and your lucky flower is the magnolia. Leo, express yourself boldly. Your creativity inspires others. Paint the day with passion and shine. Creativity takes center stage. Your lucky symbol today is the palette, and your lucky flower today is the sunflower. Virgo, organizing tasks clears mind clutter. Simplify and serenity will follow. Your lucky symbol today is the book, and your lucky flower is chamomile. Libra, equal effort in relationships brings joy. Balance the heart and love blossoms. Your lucky symbol today are the scales, and your lucky flower is the iris. Scorpio, embrace revelations. They strengthen your path forward. Face the depths and rise renewed. Your lucky symbol today is the scorpion, and your lucky flower is the dala. Sagittarius, exploring new places or ideas spark inspiration. Expand your journey, and wisdom follows. Adventures fuel spirit. Your lucky symbol today is the mountain, and your lucky flower is the carnation. Capricorn, keep pushing forward. Results never are near. Stay determined, and success will come. Persistence pays off. Your lucky symbol today is the stone, and your lucky flower is the violet. Aquarius, share your creativity. It sparks collective change. Shine your brilliance and lead forward. Ideas inspire others. Your lucky symbol today is the light bulb, and your lucky flower is the orchid. And Pisces, your intuition and imagination guide your choices today. Trust your visions, and clarity will follow. Your dreams whisper wisdom. Your lucky symbol today is the wave, and your lucky flower is the lotus. On tomorrow's show, we honored the past today, but tomorrow we look for the future. Tomorrow is Feature Friday, where I spotlight the secret life of trees, plus horoscopes and weekend lifestyle picks. So don't miss tomorrow's show. Don't miss tomorrow's show deep dive into nature, culture, and cosmic guidance. Now I would like to thank our sponsors, Bello Burn Hot Sauce, add some fire to your plate, and RAS Herbals, heal natural and live vibrant, and Colorane Candles, where peace meets scent. For our announcements tonight, don't forget to watch Chief and Go at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Lux Radio Network on all platforms and luxradio.com. We also have Live and Learn with Gemini Goddess returning tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where her first guest will be yours truly, where I tell my personal truth and trauma and how I survived it. And also stay tuned tomorrow evening for our Peace podcast, which will be airing at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's all the time we have today. So now get out there and attack the day like you just found a forgotten cup of coffee with the perfect temperature. We'll be here tomorrow, bright and early, after we spend 23 hours aggressively napping. I'm going to sleep. So go make good choices out there today. So until tomorrow, this is your girl Mell B saying, stay fly, stay grounded, and don't let nobody dim your shine. Period.